feeling pretty intimidated by that mountain, to be honest. It's bigger than anything I've ever done. I was meant to catch a taxi out here, but couldn't work out how to get a taxi, so I'm pounding out the first 5.5k. How do you even get up there? G'day, I'm Kate Grarok. How are you? I am in Upper Austria and I'm here to hike a very special mountain, the Traunstein. It has a lot of history for my family. My grandparents met here. My dad was born in Gmunden and it's a really intimidating mountain. It's bigger than anything I've ever climbed in a day. They reckon it could be about 4 hours up and 3 hours down, so let's do it. My granddad, my papa, he helped build this cross that's on the top of the mountain, and that's why I want to go up there. All right, here's a tunnel. All right, this is where the fun begins. Let's see how. You can already see a couple of ladders and some ropes. Apparently it's the first 20 minutes that's the most hardcore of this section, so if I can make it the first 20 minutes I can probably make it the whole way up. We've got a lot of help here with these steel cables. It looks pretty intimidating, but so far so good. That's where I've come from. Down there. I wish I could read the signs. I am still a little bit anxious about what lays ahead. Having fun. Yeah. Pretty special coming here and seeing this mountain for myself because my nana just talked about it so much and how beautiful it was, and it's just so special to witness it for myself. Those up ladder climbs here. It feels really good to be on the mountain and to have started the climb, even though I'm only like a very, very short way up. I think, you know, when you're sitting down there in the cafe looking up at this monster, it's pretty easy to, I don't know, I could talk yourself out of it, and you know, I started to doubt whether I'll be able to get here and come up it, and it just feels good to concentrate on one little section at a time. One step at a time. And then hopefully I get there. Look at it. Okay. So come up. It's so funny. Part loving it, just like loving it. It's so enjoyable, and you know, I have to think about it, and then the other part of me is like mildly crapping my dags. There's so many beautiful wildflowers here. These little bells. Gorgeous. Other than this thing. It's more beautiful than I possibly could have imagined. It's so special to come here and see this mountain that my nan has talked about for years. It's amazing. There's a big ass ladder. It all seems pretty safe. This is really fun. Just a log. Okay. So the dismount feels a bit more sketch. Whew. Yeah, that feels a bit exposed. This is such an adventure. Look at this ladder I just came up. And the view, oh, I have no idea how much further I have. I think I'm about a third. Always best to underestimate. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that bit. Where's Zoe? Going up's easy. I'm gonna come and get you. Okay, hello. There's about 3 different main tracks you can take up here, and I like to think this is the track that my nana took. It is testing my head for heights a little bit, some of these climbs. Oh, it's beautiful. And I can finally see the little lodge that's at the top, way up there. Sort of there. My plan is to hike all the way to the cross, because that's my main goal, and then maybe have a celebration, have some lunch up there, and maybe a beer. Still got to get some reserves for the trip home though. So interesting. Oh, it's epic. Epic. This is like heaven on earth. If I could speak German, I'd think about moving here. So beautiful. This special cross at the top of this mountain was constructed as a tribute to all the fallen soldiers of World War I and II. And it's about 10 metres high. And in July 1950, they fully constructed it down in Gmunden. And all the people could come and see it because they knew that not everyone would be able to make this hike. And then over the course of 2 days, 250 men and 80 women chucked it on their packs and scuttled up the mountain and got it up there. There was something like 4,000 individual parts that needed to be ferried up this mountain. And I have so much respect for the people who did that. And my granddad, my papa, was one of those involved in that project, and it's definitely something that's always been passed down in the family. The story of Papa and helping to build the cross. Sunday, the 20th of August 1950, the cross was officially opened, and something like 3,000 people hiked to the summit, and they had a band and a big celebration. And my nana's told me so many stories about this cross, and I'm so excited to see it. You know, from the Gmunden town looking up at it, you can only just see it. You feel like you're on top of the world, and then you look up and you see there's still so much more to go. So my nana always told me these beautiful stories about how my papa and her hiked up here when they were first sort of dating, and you know, you can just see in her eyes the spark and how exciting it was. And they camped out just with their sleeping bags right underneath the cross for the night, and she said the stars were just incredible. And she always talked about, you know, it's pretty intense mountain, there's ladders, there's cables, and I'm just like, holy cow. You weren't kidding, Nana. It's so cool to like live it and absorb it and understand what she was talking about. Let's try and find that cross, hey? I'm definitely making progress. The lake is a distant memory way down there. This mountain's just so intimidating when your path leads up that way. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty crazy. I'm loving this. Check out this little drop off. This is one of the things that's marked on my map, a hole in the wall. Must mean I'm getting pretty close. Gosh, something so cool about this sort of hiking is, I guess it's so intense that you don't actually stop to think about how strenuous it is. Oh, this place is so beautiful, my brain can't even absorb it properly. I'm gonna love editing this video. This is incredible. Okay. So I'm at the hut number 1, but I need to get up to that guy and then out to the cross. So we're getting there. It still looks like a long way. This is the second cabin. I'm gonna still go out to the cross first, I think, and then get lunch at one of them. Made it. There's the cross behind me. Feeling pretty tired. I've still got to make my way down. It's pretty special to make it to a place that I've heard so many stories about. Touch it, put my hands on it, it's beautiful. I'm not going to hang around too long, I think. I'm just going to go sit with it for a minute and then make my way back down. It's so wild actually being up here. I've been staring at that cross for the last couple of days, and you know, this morning I was trying to catch a taxi and I couldn't find one, and I've been a little bit sick, and I just was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, and I'm just so glad that I did. Cheers! Probably going to regret that on the way down, but when you're on top of the world, you got to have a beer. Whoa, glider! What the hell? Man. I'm pretty relaxed now. Oh, how am I going to get down this hill? Delicious. Beautiful, thank you. Yes. Got some sausage, sauerkraut and bread. It's good. Don't know what's in it. That might have been the best beer and lunch I've ever eaten in all my life. I think it's the amount of effort that went into getting to that restaurant. It's so weird, like I just don't even know how they get the produce there. Do they helicopter it in? What the hell? Now I gotta get down. Taking a different trail down. I think it's the more gentle trail. I think there's one that's like hardcore. There's the medium one that I did on the way up, and then there's the one that I'm hopefully doing on the way down is easier. It's just coming down. I think it's short and sweet, and then sort of coming off the back of the mountain, and then I got to hike around. But it sounds like it's quite a nice nature reserve around this area. It's very steep, but it's less scary ass rock exposed. It's just like a goat trail down. The other way there's about 2 times when I was like, just focus on this tiny spot here and do not look down. My legs are burning. I can feel my thighs each step. They're like every now and again there's these small pockets of flat ground, and my legs just feel this absolute joy in the release of not having to do the stopping, and they just, they feel like I'm walking on air. So this back way down is definitely not as exciting, but that's exactly what I wanted. My legs are loving this. Oh. I think that was about 2 hours under full tension of trying not to go down the hill too fast. Woo! Look at this forest. It's amazing. How the hell did I ever get up there? Isn't it incredible? I love that feeling when you're hiking and you look at something that's so far away and then slowly you just get there. I just cannot get enough of looking up at that mountain. It's something like 3:30 and I have a relative here, like my German is terrible and her English is pretty good, but you know, sometimes it's like a sometimes we don't know what each other's talking about, and she just called and said, I'll pick you up at 5 p.m. and she's going to take me somewhere, and I have no idea where. So I've got to get my ass down the hill, maybe get a shower happening. But I think you just got to embrace these things when you're overseas, hey? Just got about 30 more minutes to go. Hopefully I'm going to catch a ferry home instead of having to walk. Thank you so much for joining me. That was really special. Such an epic mountain. And just such a really special moment for me too. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Well, no ferries today. I stuffed that up. So I'm walking all the way back. It's added about 10 extra Ks to the trip. Woohoo! Yeehaw!